Europe's climate transition is increasingly shaped by questions of competitiveness, energy security, and resilience. The challenge is no longer whether to transition, but how to do so strategically. We are joined now at MEF 2026 by Julian Popov, the former Minister of Environment, three times actually, from Bulgaria.
Yes.
Minister, welcome. Once minister is always a minister, so welcome.
Well, thank you.
How are you?
Wonderful. Very happy to be here. It's a lovely country and fantastic conference.
Can we start with the first question? So the first question goes on the issue of how can the Western Balkans turn the energy transition into an economic opportunity rather than simply a compliance coercion. It's a harsh word, but let's say.
Well, this is mainly a perception issue because the energy transition is an economic opportunity. If you've asked me this question 10 or 15 years ago, then the answer would have been very different because then renewable energy was more expensive, more complicated. Now it's just very, very cheap. So the question is how to allow the investors to basically spread their wings and invest. So the investment in renewable energy, specifically in solar and also wind, does not need any public financial support. So the investors are there and they're pushing and they want to invest. So the only thing that governments have to do is they have to organize and provide the regulatory environment which will enable this investment. So there is no question of public money. Where public money and generally public resources more needed is mostly about grid development, but Western Balkans is fairly well connected. Obviously, it needs some upgrade and strengthening, but it's not dramatically disconnected. So it is an opportunity. And one thing that is very interesting and happening in the last couple of years, this is the sharp decline of cost of battery storage, large industrial battery storage. So the combination between battery storage and the natural capacity of hydro power and hydro storage of Western Balkans could make Western Balkans a very, very valuable energy partner for the rest of Europe and make Western Balkans basically the one of the most valuable batteries of Europe, which is exceptionally attractive, including economically and financially.
Well, coming to this part, and now it's probably logical to step into the second question that says, what are the biggest strategic risks facing countries that fail to adapt quickly enough to the changing energy and climate landscape?
Well, the biggest risk is energy security and energy prices, because it is quite clear that countries that have more renewable energy have also lower prices. I mean, that's it's a little bit more complicated, but generally that is the trend. And especially when you have significant hydro, which complements variable solar and wind. So if Western Balkans and Southeast Europe in general pushes forward with the development of solar, which we see massively expanding in Bulgaria, in Greece, in Romania as well, in Hungary, huge expansion of solar. But it's very important, this expansion, to be coupled with wind, because wind and solar complement each other very well. So for this region, what we will see is basically abundance of electricity generation and decline of energy prices. And I believe that Southeast Europe in probably to the 10 years maximum. If it follows this line, we'll have one of the lowest electricity prices in the entire Europe.
Благодаря ви. And that would be all for this part of the podcast at MEF. Thank you.
Благодаря. Thank you.